let's talk Mfantsipim boys. We're talking MOBA, and they've got a dinner coming up. My guest is Charles Minka, his president, MOBA 87. And Mfantsipim Boys Secondary School in the senior high school now in the central region is the oldest senior high school in Ghana. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And you've got some amazing gentlemen that pass through. Is it a school that turns them into the gentlemen, or
Yes.
you guys are gentle already?
By the time you finish, you become more gentle.
Well, thanks for your time here. We're talking about your special dinner that's coming up, but before that, I want to find out how the school is handling the free SHS that's just been rolled out in terms of numbers, accommodation. Are there enough funds?
Thank you very much. Let me say a good morning to all your viewers, and thank you for having me on your show. Yes, in terms of accommodation, I think what the school administration did 2 years ago was to reduce the numbers from 1,200 to last year to about 600 and I think 70. And the intention this year is to keep the numbers still within the 600 range. So if we keep the numbers within the 600 range, then we should have enough space for the incoming students for the free SHS.
Okay. So are there any, little petty issues with the rollouts of the... One thing that we've noticed, though, is that some of the schools, in fact, almost all the schools are tight-lipped. Nobody wants to say anything because for fear of being victimized. So that's why I'm taking the opportunity to ask the old, you're an old boy, you're part of the association. So maybe you would know something that you might want to share with us.
But funny though, I'm a bit far from the administration because you have the MOBA National, then you have the old, what we call the local chapters, which is the old individual year groups.
Okay.
So I'm a bit far.
Okay.
And besides that, this year being our anniversary year, most of our attention, or most of my attention as a group leader, is to focus on the 30th anniversary.
Okay. I'll take that. So let's talk about your fundraising dinner dance that's coming up. What are you raising the funds for, first of all?
Basically, what we are doing is it's a tradition. It's a traditional event which we do prior to our speech day. And this year is the 141st anniversary. So as we are all aware, most old boys or most old students have become a main source of sustenance for their alma mater. So in Mfantsipim, what we do, the old boys do every year, year in, year out, a year group that is 30 years, group up with 4 more year groups. That's the, for this year, it's going to be the 7th year group.
Okay.
Or the 7th year group. So we'll have the 67 year group, those who finished 50 years ago, 77 year group, the 87, that's my year group. Okay. And then the 97, and then finally the 207, which was inaugurated this year. Oh, so these 5 year groups come together, and then what we do is we solicit for funds, cash and kind, to help the school to bring up some of these facilities. For instance, to bridge the gap between the accommodation that the school is experiencing. Okay. Last year, what they did was they did it for the teachers, so they built 2 new staff bungalows for the teachers to bridge up that gap.
Oh, and that's complete?
Yes, that was last year's program.
Okay.
The 86. So this year we are doing something else. We are doing the multi-purpose building.
Multi-purpose building?
Yes. To tell you the truth, this building was started in 1976. And finally, when it was our 10, 20 years ago, we got the building up again. And then finally, Get Fund came in, finished it. And then we are going back to make sure that it is finished and it becomes useful and functional to the school. Okay,
so what you're doing is not construction necessarily, you're finishing it?
The construction part has been done.
Okay, how big is this facility?
5 floors and I think 2 basements.
What is the school going to use it for?
What the school is going to do now is we're going to move the old library into this new building so that we can have enough space to accommodate the students. We're also going to move the school's board room from the old administration block into this building. We're going to have an expanded common room and an ICT enhanced preparation room for the teachers. So what we are doing is trying to take care of the students and then also the teachers, so that the teachers will have a place, a comfortable place, for instance, to sit down and prepare before they go for the next lecture.
Okay.
In the quiet, go to a desk, there's a, what do you call it, a computer, do your research. And then you're also going to add on top of that, the traditional library, we're going to add e-library. And then add some stations where the students can go back and do their homework.
Okay.
We're then going to put up a mobile secretariat office, so that we can have an office in Cape Coast and then also
on campus.
Yes, so that because we believe that a lot of people go to campus than come to the secretariat, which is the only one in Accra.
You know, why is this so important to Old Boys?
Well, we believe the school has done so much for us, and it is only appropriate that as humans, if somebody does something for especially the Cape Coast community, we also have to give back. And then we have to give back to other people who will come to the school to enjoy the facilities.
It's amazing when some of us sit back and watch what some old associations are doing for schools, but some other people would think, oh, but we paid fees. Why should we invest so much time and our resources into raising funds and expanding projects when really it's none of our business? Well,
I believe if you all go back to the history of most of these schools, it was individuals who actually sacrificed. I mean, the history of Mfantsipim, we are even told of about where the market women had to give up to the beginning to help set up the school. So if these market women who did not know anybody who come, for instance, 141 years time to come and enjoy, were able to give, why not us who enjoyed it? So I think it is on us to give back. That is why we do it.
So is this dinner open for everybody else, or you're just restricted to Mfantsipim boys?
It is open to everybody. For instance, this year what we're trying to do is we're trying to get in touch with the other year groups. That's the other 87s.
Other 87s?
In the whole country.
Oh, okay.
So those of you watching, we are inviting all of you to the dinner. We've invited most of them. Adisada, our arch rivals, are always there. Ghana National will be there. Of course, Wesley Girls. We are inviting
they have no choice, do they?
I believe so. They have no choice.
Okay, so you're calling on all the other schools, the 87 particularly year groups, to join?
For me and my executive, what we want to do is we want to do something different. We want to make sure that we can have a national 87-year group.
Okay.
And then, like Mfantsipim always do, other people will copy, maybe other year groups will copy, so that, for instance, we are blessed. We can have a lot of old boys coming in to help, and then we go to Cape Coast. What about the other places, the other deprived areas? So maybe we can all come help us now, and then we can also go to the other places, and then we can also help them in their old schools. For instance, last year or this year was the first time that Mfantsipim did their dinner dance. And they've been understudying us for a very long time. And they had a very wonderful and successful dinner dance to raise funds for the school.
Amazing they didn't look up to a disco. But how much is the tickets to be part of this?
The ticket, we've been very considerate, or we thought about everything. The ticket is going for 100 cedis for singles and then 150 for couples. So for a full dinner buffet.
Okay. And the venue is?
The venue is the World Trade Center, Accra.
Okay.
Time is 5:30 p.m. with a photo shoot and a cocktail.
And this is happening when?
Saturday, October 14th.
Okay.
The MC is Patrice Amegashi.
Patrice Amegashi, an old boy. Okay.
Yes.
So a ticket cost, you said?
100 cedis.
100 cedis.
And I have one for the house, so.
Oh, who takes it?
Well, I guess I'll leave it to your boss, and then he will decide.
So a ticket would allow 2 people, or is
the double ticket for 150 will allow a couple?
Okay, a couple can get 150 cedis ticket.
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, if you're single, then you have to buy 100 cedis ticket.
If you can pay more, that's okay.
Okay, but you have room for a specific number?
Yes, the World Trade Center can accommodate 400.
Okay.
Yes. But one of the highlights of the evening is going to be an auction of the personal portrait of one of the illustrious sons of Mfantsipim and then Ghana, His Excellency Kofi Annan. So we're going to auction off some of his portraits.
Okay.
To raise funds for a good cause.
We saw quite a number that he gave out to an art gallery at Laboni. So it means that he's got more collections?
What I heard was he has about 500 and he gave us about 50.
Oh, wow.
But didn't give to the art gallery. It's in conjunction with the art gallery to help us auction. That was done when he did his program at an afternoon encounter with Kofi Annan at Kempinski about 2 months ago.
Okay, so we wish you well with this dinner. And then where can people get tickets just before we wrap up?
We can get to the mobile secretariat opposite Total. There's a number that I can leave. Or you can go to Coffee Lounge in East Legon. And then we can also get a WhatsApp number to get an online reservation. Okay, so you're ready to give the number now? Yes.
Okay, so we're talking to MOBA 87. My guest, Charles Menka, is the president. We're talking about the fundraising dinner that's happening on the 14th of October at the World Trade Center. If you're interested, a ticket for a singular ticket is 100 Ghana cedis. If you're a couple, you can buy a ticket for 150 Ghana cedis. So if you're interested, here's a number that he's ready to give out now, and then you can get in touch.
The voice number is 055 643 9873. And the WhatsApp number to get online reservation is 050 318 6258.
Okay, all right. Ms. Amika, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being on the show. And then we'll figure out who gets that ticket.
Thank you so much.
Whichever way, we'll see you at the World Trade Center.
Thank Multimedia for always helping us.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.